Here's a recent one that was, I think it was in the news for about 12.5 seconds, but ricin was sent to President Trump and other administration officials. This happened just a few weeks ago. As I said, it was in the news for a very brief time, and then it was forgotten. Now, of course, Trump he was never in any danger. His mail is screened, of course, and there's no chance that a letter containing poison is ever going to make it to Trump's desk. Like, that's not going to happen, right? So you might argue that, well, that's the reason why it got very little attention. And it really got, I mean, I'm saying this right now. I think there are probably a lot of people watching this or listening to this that didn't even hear about it. This might be the first time you're hearing of it, but it really did happen. Recently, someone tried to mail poison to President Trump. And maybe the reason will be given for why it wasn't news. Well, because it was screened out. It never made it anywhere near him, so it was, it wasn't big news. Okay, but the pipe bombs were also not any threat to their targets. The people screening Barack Obama's mail or Hillary Clinton's mail, they're not going to hand them a suspicious envelope with a heavy object in the shape of a pipe bomb protruding out the sides of it. I mean, whoever mailed this device mailed it in an envelope, in a suspicious envelope, so that you could even see the shape of what appeared to be a pipe bomb. So there was just 0.0% chance that those envelopes were ever going to get anywhere near Obama or Hillary or any of the other targets. But interestingly enough, the fact that the attempt was a dud was reason enough to ignore the story in Trump's case, but not in the case of Obama's and Hillary's. Another example, there was an attack on the GOP at a congressional baseball game. Hopefully you remember this. An outspoken Bernie Sanders supporter went to the game with a hit list of Republican names, with a loaded gun and a hit list of Republican names. He got to the game. He saw that there was one of the teams was out on the field practicing. He asked somebody, which party is that? Is that Republicans or Democrats out on the field? And the person said Republicans, and then the guy opened fire. Representative Steve Scalise was nearly killed in the assault. So this was a politically motivated, pre-planned mass assassination attempt targeting dozens of GOP lawmakers at once. This was far more serious than the pipe bomb thing because, number one, a politician was nearly killed in the attempt, and these were live bullets being sprayed directly at GOP politicians. But the media, there was never any discussion about toxic rhetoric. MSNBC, they told us that toxic rhetoric began with Trump. Well, then how do you explain this? See, this had nothing to do with rhetoric, they said. Nancy Pelosi was even asked at the time, do you think that the overheated rhetoric on the part of Democrats may have played a part in it? And she was outraged. She was indignant that anyone would even suggest such a thing. She was the victim because of that suggestion. How dare you even suggest that?